Hey guys, it's Jenny Wallach with the Wallach Group, Keller Williams Realty in Tulsa, Oklahoma. I am so excited to chat with Sean and Micah Abbananto from, I know, right? I know meeting you was so great when we got to connect here in Tulsa with the Mega Moms Abundance Conference. And you have an amazing product, a system, a tool to help our realtor lives be so much better. And you call it Get Your House Market Ready.
Yes, good.
Yes. And I want to share this with everyone because I know that us realtors need systems in our lives. We want our sellers' homes to sell faster for more money. And that's what this version of staging does for them, right?
Well, yeah, it's really the heartbeat, and the whole reason why we started this system was because we saw so many realtors not having a system.
Yeah.
And sometimes even when we're out and about or we're meeting them, we'll say, so what is your listing process? And the realtors are like, they think that it has to be individual based on every single house. Only because I think that's what they've been taught. And I think even a lot of stagers out there would say that that's the case. And I think the mindset that I'm coming with is something radically different, that you really can streamline this market ready process, and you can look at a house through the same lens, every single one, and implement the same strategy and it work across the board. And I think that's the freeing thought that we're really trying to get realtors to understand.
Yeah, and I know that you guys have been promoting this amazing tool for us. So why don't we just kind of start with how this all came to be? I got to hear your amazing story, and I think others will really learn a lot from it as well.
Oh, thank you. Well, it really started when I was a little girl. The joke is I was kind of born to be a stager because I was one of those little girls that was scooting on my hiney, moving furniture around constantly, and drove my best friend Cheryl crazy because that's all I wanted to do was rearrange my bedroom. And I went through a course of really difficult circumstances in my adult life, a bad marriage, an F5 tornado, just some really difficult circumstances that really made me kind of go inward and ask, who am I? What am I going to do? I'm now a single mom, 3 kids, no child support, and how am I going to feed these kids? So after some soul searching, and I'll shorten my story, that's when I started my staging business as a single mom. I was on food stamps. I had not been in the workforce for almost 16 years. And I quickly discovered that you need money and you need furniture to be a stager. And I didn't have either. Just a little bit of details there. But, and I couldn't get a bank loan either. So what I started doing was using my very own furniture. So, the joke is with my children, they'd come home and just see what's missing because I was trying to make a living and build my business, and really wanted to show my kids that we were going to not just make it, we were going to thrive. And so really it did take off. I went from basically no furniture to over 12 sets in less than a year and got crazy busy. And I just saw a realtor post right before we came on where she said, I am now busy enough to say no, which is a very empowering place as a woman to get. And I was getting into that place where I was having to say no or not yet. And so I was getting a waiting list for these home consultations. And Sean came with me. He was my business coach / boyfriend at the time. He said, well, let me go on some of those home consultations with you, and let's see what you're doing, how we can streamline, create system and processes even for me. And we had some light bulb moments because what we discovered is I was saying the same thing in every house, no matter the size or the value. Now, this was a huge epiphany even for me. And you want to say a little tidbit? I've been talking for a while.
No, you're doing great.
Yeah.
It was, it really was kind of like this aha moment where I just said, look, you're saying the same thing to everybody. You're stressed out because these realtors would what she has discovered works so well beyond staging. It truly is the difference between market ready and staging. There is a next level, and that's what she discovered, that there were agents waiting 3 and 4 weeks before they would list a house, because they said, until you consult on it, we're not going to list it, because we know what you're doing, whatever that is working. So I realized that we could put it into a system and people wouldn't have to wait. And not only could we help, everyone around here in Oklahoma, but we could launch this nationwide and actually even international now. So,
well, here's the deal. I have this weird gift. It's almost like this photographic weird memory. When I go into a house, I could go through a whole entire house with a client, tell them everything that needed to get done, not take one note, 2 or 3 days later, get them that list and remember everything.
Seriously, it's like strange.
It's bizarre. I only call it a gift because I can take 0 credit for it, because I did nothing to receive this, other than it has just been fascinating even to experience how easy it is to teach someone else to look at a house this way. Because I loved puzzles as a kid. I loved connecting all the dots to things. And that's kind of how I look at a house. I don't walk in and see how pretty it is. I walk in and see how balanced and symmetrical it is, which is far more empowering, because here's the deal. Everybody's version of pretty is different. Your style in your home and what you like and what I like and what Sean likes, everyone is different.
Our style is different.
So why would we?
I know who wins that though.
Yeah,
the designer, right?
But why would we try to focus on that when we're getting a house ready for the market? When who you're appealing to might shrink down because of the direction you're trying to move in getting the house ready. So this is where my mindset about things is different. I walk in and I say this all the time. I don't care if the couch is ugly. If it's the right size and it's positioned correctly in the space, we're golden. And that's a freeing thought, because we're spending so much time and energy getting spaces to look pretty that we're really losing out on some power moments, because symmetry and balance, we all respond to positively. So that's the whole key and underlying kind of weight to our system, is we're teaching you how to get each space in a house balanced and symmetrical.
So a couple things I want to throw in here that are my aha so far. So what a great coach that Sean was, that he saw that you needed leverage in your life and helped you create a system around this. In our business, we noticed that when we had appointments or we had a new home under contract, we're saying the same things over and over again. Well, let's just create a video and send it out, and then you save time and energy. I love that. Awesome. And then another thing is that you gave so much of yourself to all of your agents and your clients, they saw so much value in you that they trusted you. And then now you've created this for us realtors, who so many of us will walk into a home and the seller will say, before we've even gotten a signed listing agreement, we haven't even been confirmed that we're going to be paid on this deal. Who knows if we ever will, if it doesn't sell. And so many agents are using their precious time away from their families and loved ones in the evenings, on the weekends, without any commitment. And their sellers are asking them, what all do I need to do? Mm-hmm. They're spending hours and hours, and who knows if that seller, that agent even knows what they're talking about.
Well, it's funny you say
that. How much time do we get to save by leveraging you and your tool?
A lot of even homeowners will say, I'm not going to stage, right? Even homeowners will tell realtors that. I don't want to mess with it.
And it seems overwhelming maybe.
And slightly futile, because so often you're telling them to do stuff, not really knowing why or how. There's no system and it doesn't make sense. And it's based all upon opinion. And I say this, I will never tell your clients to declutter. Right? What do I tell them?
Pre-pack.
Pre-pack.
I wrote it down. It's an amazing word. Let's say again out loud so the agent friends hear these words. Say it again.
Never say declutter. You always say pre-pack.
And why is that?
Well, again, when you tell people to declutter, it immediately feels negative. You're calling them things clutter. And most people will say, I know I need to declutter, I just don't know what to declutter. So it leaves them with this feeling of really the unknown and what to do. When you tell them to pre-pack, it brings purpose to the whole intent of what we're trying to accomplish. What a beautiful experience to say, oh, now we're going to get them in the mindset that the house is going to sell. And as much clutter, crap needs to get out of that house is now organized in a box in a garage rather than shoved under the bed and in closets.
So important. I love rephrasing and using that word and just spinning it a bit. Mm-hmm. And you're right. You're setting the stage for what's going to happen. You're going to be moving anyway. Let's go ahead and start packing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to jump back to the point you were making about the realtor's time, because, you know, that's been one of the biggest things about this that we've loved. One of our very dear friends, Kathy, has been a realtor for 28 years. And she said that on average, she spends 7 to 10 hours per listing getting them to the picture stage. So that's 7 to 10 hours of taking pictures and then back and forth and do this. Okay, let me see it again. That was her process. And she's very successful as a listing agent. So she was one of our early adopters, and she reached out to Mike and just said, I love you guys, because she said, all I do now is send one email and I schedule pictures. I'll schedule them 1 to 2 weeks out based upon the size of the house. She says, but this is amazing, this system, because you just take the sellers and you turn them into stagers. So it really does give the realtor back all of that time. It takes the stress away from the homeowner, because now you have an expert, the best market-ready expert in the country, walking them through in a step-by-step guide. And
we try to make it enjoyable. You know, I mean, sure. Everybody loves to watch HGTV. So we really use that as the fence post for us to get to. And we really spend a lot of money and time and prayer and really trying to make it enjoyable to watch at the same time. You know?
All right, then let's see it. You're going to share some good stuff with us?
You're going to see it?
Okay.
Okay. Well, actually, I'm going to grab our book.
Oh, okay. Yes, because this little thing wasn't showing in the light very well. You going to show the graphics?
Yeah. So what I want to, just before I do a little bit of show and tell, because I know people are like, what the heck is this thing that works so well? You know, let me just say, and kind of, there's actually 3 elements to it. One is there are master lists that are trackable. We put little check boxes on these lists. And so that way your seller is going to download that list, and as they go through their progress, they'll just check the boxes. And then also Micah created 15 graphics, and I'll show you some of those in just a moment. That's part of it. They download those as well. And then there's all the videos that the graphics and the list go with. So we're going to hop in there, and I'm going to show everybody how not only simple it is for the seller, but also for the realtors to sign up and even share this with their sellers, because we literally tried to think of everything. From all we really need a realtor to do is copy an email and send it to the seller. Just put their name in and send it. We even wrote the email for you, and I'll show you where that's in just a second. Yeah. And it's really that simple. So let me go ahead and do a screen share real quick.
Okay.
Let's see. I need that one right there.
Nice.
Are we up?
We're up. Looks
okay,
good.
Awesome. So this is just a page where everyone can go to getyourhousemarketready.com. Actually, this is the broker page, but it looks very similar to this, where they're going to go down and they're going to learn a little bit more about the system and everything that's included. And you'll see where Micah goes room by room, step by step. I take your sellers through the market ready process.
Yay.
All right. And then once there's little scissor video and all this kind of stuff. Oh, that's when she started, and she was using her own furniture. And this is her patio furniture that was brought in from outside. But hey, now she staged it. It looks awesome.
Yeah. Love it.
So once someone signs up, you're going to get brought to this page right here. Okay, and this is just the Realtor Welcome page where Micah welcomes you to the team, thanking you for allowing us to really be part of your team and everything that you're doing in your process. And then as we come down, we just explained that really bookmark this page and copy the email that we've created for you. Now watch how easy this is. This is so cool. So you just scroll down where it says, click on the links below, and there's 2 blue links. The first one is the email subject line. you can copy this and it just says, here's a very special free gift to help you get your house market ready. And then the second one, they click there and you just copy this email and paste it and send it to your seller. Now the seller is going to click on this blue link right down here when they get the email, and it's going to take them to this page.
He's walking it through this for a reason, because a lot of people are having a hard time conceptualizing how to get it to their clients.
How simple it is, yeah.
And how simple it is, because, you know, doing a digital program is new for a lot of people. A lot of people are having a hard time translating it to the customer experience. So I love that he does
Not a hard time, just a few.
You.
Yeah, a few have struggled with, now how do I get it to my seller? You just send an email.
Copy and paste.
Yeah. Now the seller, when they hit the link, they go to this page here and they basically just create a login and they sign. It says right here, you're signing up for free. It's a free gift from your realtor. And then when they log in, they go into the system, which is kept on a platform called Kajabi, but it's like logging into a website, kind of like logging into your bank or any other thing you log into. And the very first thing that they get is a welcome video from Micah where she says, look, I know this can be stressful. I've done this a zillion times before. Everything's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And then they'll scroll down where it just says start program. And then the first page that they get brought to is the master list. And
well, I love this because they can download them all at once or individually, or they can just screenshot them on their cell phone. You know, some people love to print things and some people don't. And really with this, you have both options, which I think is great.
Yep. So there's 6 total list: interior consultation, exterior, master showing. We even include that. So when you have a showing and you call them up and say, hey, we got 45 minutes, they can refer back to the show, excuse me, to the showing list, know exactly what they need.
I love that.
Ultimate cleaning, possible purchase list, and even a fix-it list. Like Micah said, you just scroll down and there's links here, and they're just PDFs, and they click on those, whoop, and then it just downloads right there, and then they just double click to open it up. So after they get their master list, they just hit next. This is a very simple and easy way to show this, and it shows that there's 8 videos. It tracks all of this. This is the opening video that leads them into the system. And then you see down here, the next video is going to be the living room, so keep going. So it's just a very simple process for them to follow. And I'll go ahead and click on the living room video just to give everybody a little bit of a view. Show them a couple of minutes.
First impressions are everything. And when it comes to your home, that's also the case. I tell all of my clients that the first 10 seconds is the most important moment you have for potential buyers. In most homes, the living room is within that first 10 seconds. That's why the balance of the space needs to be.
Hey, that's back when you had long hair.
I know, I'm in mourning over it.
So
yeah, it's cute. You're cute now, so it's okay.
I'm going to just scroll really slow so you can see that we really show a lot of before and after. We show them which graphics go with each room so that as they printed those out, she gives little tips that we pop up. We spent a lot of money and a lot of time in post-production so that people could see how this works. Then I'm going to scroll forward and get to we do a recap on every room, and I'll let that play for about a minute or so if that's okay, and people can kind of see what that's like, okay?
Yeah, I love it.
Get your living room market ready. Furniture placement is essential. Use my furniture placement guide to help you know where to place your furniture, how far apart, and if you even need to remove any. As you can see, in this living room, we removed 3 chairs to bring more balance and symmetry to the space. This is the science of staging. Also, if you have a rug, make sure it's big enough and the main pieces of furniture are either on the rug or touching it as shown in my graphic. When it comes to pillow placement on your couches, an odd number is always best. The pillows must be upright because when they are angled, it can create an imbalance and look messy in photos. Remember, when staging your shelves and bookcases, less is more, and follow my 1, 2, 3 rule. As you can see, on each shelf, we only have 1, 2, or a grouping of 3 items. For your coffee table decor, don't over accessorize. Again, my 1, 2, 3 rule will help guide you. Lastly, if you have a mantle, one large item or use the triangle method to get your mantle staged right. For a market-ready living room, keep it simple and balanced, don't over accessorize, and remove all personal photos. Your living room often sets the tone for how potential buyers feel about the rest of the house. So make sure you spend a little extra time getting this space to feel as inviting and balanced as possible.
How cool was that?
So cool. I
Did
can't
you-
wait to watch it to learn from my own house.
Yeah.
Exactly. A lot of people say that.
Yeah, we have heard that many, many, many times. So they go through here and let's say that they've been already watching some of the videos. So they come back day 2 or day 3 and they click into the navigation. You can see here the little check marks will let them know which videos they've finished and then where they're at in progress on some of the others. It's like, oh, we left off on the dining room. That's what we need to go back to. And the beautiful part is obviously they can watch these many, many times over. Like Micah said, now with the graphics, there are 15 of them. It's pretty extensive in detail, but very, very simple. As you can see, we put numbers. We say things like, do this, don't do this. We really want people to understand how simple this is for a seller to follow. Because people say, will they do it? Well, we've really dumbed it down so much, they will.
Mm-hmm.
But with the graphics, there is one link at the top where they can download all of them at one time, or if they lose one, they can come back and do this individual. And then we thought, well, that's not enough. Let's throw some bonuses in here. So there's about a 10-minute bonus feature interview that I do with her where she hits on things like pets, kids' toys, some of the smaller features of a house that we didn't actually film, but are very important as well.
Yeah, it's hard to video pets. I guess we could have taken.
We could have just
like
let a bunch loose in the house or something.
Here's what I always say: pets don't exist.
Yeah, that's true. And even though we love our pets, people can't know that they live there, right?
Exactly.
Right. I'm sorry?
Oh, I was just going to say, again, I just love that it's a system. And then as a real estate professional, we can just incorporate this into our systems and touches as well, right?
Absolutely. And there's even bonuses like, for instance, paint colors. If people need to touch up or door colors, I mean, there's just everything that you could just about need in here. And we're just super excited for people to be able to utilize it and, take their listing process to the next level. And you're absolutely right. We showed so many people at the NAR conference in San Francisco how to utilize this in your marketing process.
Right.
You're going to sit down now with a potential listing and say, hey, if you list with me versus so-and-so, I have a market-ready system by the best market-ready expert in the entire country. I'm going to give that to you for free just for listing with me. It's going to take you step by step and take all the stress away. And you know what? Realtors are doing that, and it's working like crazy.
It just adds to our value proposition. It helps us stand out from those other agents. It gives us a tool, and it also allows us to qualify clients. If they say, heck no, no way, I don't want anything to do with this, we get to determine if they're the kind of people we want to work with.
Absolutely.
And I love that, puts you in the power position big time. And, I think that that's always the best place for us all to be.
Yes.
I think that too, I'm hoping that it's free. I think we've overcomplicated the listing process. I had a behind the curtain view for hundreds of realtors and just saw that there wasn't one. And, when you walk into a house, it doesn't have to feel overwhelming and complicated to get it ready for those professional photos. So I really want people to feel liberated and free from this kind of negative framing. Even the words around getting a house ready for the market have been so negative: declutter, depersonalize. I mean, it's like, man,
it can add so much added stress to the client that then comes back around on us, and it muddies the whole experience when this should be an exciting time for them.
I agree. I agree. An empowering time, and completely agree. So it's time for us to shift the tide just a bit and change the way we communicate about it. I think it really can impact your business and your customer experience and take it to a whole new level when you let me, the expert, be the one to help them feel empowered. And then you can really be the realtor you're meant to be for them. It actually gives you more time with them when you let me handle this part, you know?
Love it. Yeah.
Well, and I think for us, it was not only about saving you guys time and giving you a system that was really going to work extremely well because it's based upon science, but also giving you that marketing tool to grow your business. Because, you know, so many of these things that you guys get thrown at you, you know, they take more of your time, or they take you away from being able to create a higher level of customer experience, where this does the exact opposite. It gives you time back. It brings a consistency to your listing process. And the more consistent we are, the more successful we are. And when we talk about customer experiences, what I hit on with Micah when she launched her business, I hit on every client that I've coached for over 20 years, is this: when your customer experience increases, so does your word of mouth. And word of mouth referrals for realtors is huge, as you know. So the cool thing is there's a domino impact from using this that happens, because people are going to say, oh my gosh, I was using Jenny. She gave me this free market ready system. It took all the stress out of my house so quick. We made more money on it than we thought we were going to. And you've got to use her. So there's just multiple ways that I think this benefits agents. And we're just super excited about that. And you know what's crazy is you guys are creative. So we had agents from Florida contact us and say, we want to start using this on expired listings. And I thought, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Just approach people and say, you know, I'm really sorry your house didn't sell.
Here's a free tool.
Exactly. Yeah. If you'll relist with me, I'll give you a free market ready system called Get Your House Market Ready by the best market ready expert in the country. And let's
you define that term so that you're the best.
Well, we're trademarking several things. He's the epitome of it.
The market ready queen, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Well, you know, touch points are everything for you guys, and I know that, but sometimes quality doesn't mean quality. And I think that we really need to quantify what those touch points are and where you really do shine at your best. And I hope that really I can alleviate some of those touch points so that you can heighten the experience to be better for your clients, you know?
That's what we all strive for, isn't it? So you want to share with everybody how they get in touch with you to learn more? Do you want to share any of the numbers that are associated?
Well, I think that you have a link that you're going to share out in comments,
sure.
right?
I do.
And here's the beauty of it. It's one of the things that we want to do is make this super duper affordable. When we, because, you know, we're new to the industry in terms of, you know, offering a product to the industry. So we reached out to a couple of consultants, and they said, with the amount of value that you guys are offering, with the level of production, because we really, we were in preparation and development for over a year with this thing. Yeah. So we spent a lot of time and a lot of money getting it right. And then we tested it and all of the above. So anyway, long story short, the consultant suggested that we priced this somewhere between $14.97 and $19.97 a year. And I'm talking about $1,497.
Yeah.
But to be honest, that's just not our heart. We love helping people. And, you know, as Micah said, she was a single mom when she started out, and we have met hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of realtors and heard their stories. So we wanted to make this super affordable for everyone. So I think what we would like to do today is let them know that it's only $47 a month. Mm-hmm. And the good part is that's unlimited uses.
Right.
That's not per listing or anything crazy like that. We don't lock people in. We just want you to understand we believe in it so much. We made it super affordable for everyone, and we just want them to get out there and have a great time with it. I
love that. That's a great value that you are sharing. If one agent has takes one listing a month, and if they were to have a real physical stager to come to their home, that's well under any, that we know for sure.
Yes.
Well, this is what we've seen play out in terms of the marketing and the application aspect. Is this is what we heard over and over and over in San Francisco at the NAR conference. Is I've never been able to use a stager because I can't afford it. So I'll be able to use this now.
Yes.
Or I use stagers for occupied consultations all the time. This is going to save me hundreds, if not thousands of dollars every single year. They were all over this thing. So one, for those that are getting started or whatever,
it's exciting.
They get a tool they can now use because it's affordable. And for the others, they're like, thank you for putting money back in my pockets. So,
well, I'm still working even more on how to really communicate the freedom that comes with this system. And I really hope that y'all get the gravity of how simple it can be, and to not overcomplicate it. Ugh, I can't even say that word, but to trust me, it doesn't have to be hard.
Right.
It really doesn't. That's empowering.
Yeah.
So besides the link, you guys have other social sites people can follow you or learn more of any others?
Get Your House Market Ready is on Instagram and Facebook, and then add to value is just my design page, Micah Abbananto Designs. Good luck finding that with the last name, but no.
Yeah, for sure. They definitely want to follow her because the design side, there's a lot of them that are just having fun with following her, and she gives a lot of great tips and tricks. But definitely Get Your House Market Ready is on IG, and we try to share a lot there and some different things. But yeah, we'd love to see folks come visit.
So excited to have met you guys. I love your hearts. I love your passion. Thank you for being a great coach. Thank you for being a great student, because now you get to share this product with all of us where you're going to make our lives so much better and easier. I appreciate you guys.
We're excited. Thank you for having us on. We love you to death. And, you're just right here in Oklahoma with us. So now we're just going to take this Oklahoma fire and spread it all over the place.
Let's do it. I appreciate it. If you guys need anything from me, my number is 918-706-9845. I'll share the link in the post and wherever I put this video, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
See you later.